Corby here. So Donald Trump has pardoned or commuted the sentence of over 1,500 individuals who were tied to the January 6th insurrection. This is your daily intelligence brief. So, a lot of the outlets that are covering this are going to be focusing on the past. They're going to be focusing on whether the people who were pardoned were violent criminals or whether they were people who just got swept up with the crowd and ended up in a criminal trespass situation, but they were otherwise good people. The right will have a lot of commentary on free speech and political prisoners. The left will have a lot of commentary regarding whether or not the Republicans are hypocrites when they claim to back the blue, when they claim to be pro-law enforcement and the party of law and order. I'm not going to dive into the past. I want to focus on what the future holds as a precedent of these pardons. So, Jacob Chansley, better known as the QAnon shaman, upon receiving information of his pardon, stated that he was going to go out and buy a bunch of guns. Presumably, he couldn't buy guns previously because of a felony conviction, and now he can buy a bunch of guns. Coming up in just over a year and a half, we've got the midterm elections in 2026. Donald Trump is term limited, so we'll have another presidential election, which theoretically should be open for both parties in 2028. However, the pardoning of these individuals were jailed because they attempted a coup against the election of Joe Biden in 2020. They didn't like the outcome. The outcome was certified. Recounts were had over and over again. They didn't like the results. Donald Trump didn't like the results. Donald Trump called for them to gather in protest to the certification on January 6, 2021, and then he instigated them to go and make their move on the Capitol. So, where does that look going forward? These people who were jailed for these offenses have now been released. Several of them have already stated their intent to go buy guns. You have among these people being pardoned are the leaders of the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys, people who were there who were already part of violent organizations. Going forward, the Republicans have a thin majority in the House of Representatives, 218 to 215. They have 54 senators. So they have a majority in all of these branches, but it's a very thin majority. History shows that usually in the midterms after a presidential election, the sitting president, his party loses seats. Are these individuals who have been pardoned, are they going to sit idly by and allow this to happen? Are they going to allow an election in 2026 in which the Republicans could lose the House of Representatives, could even possibly lose the Senate? Or are they now emboldened? They know that Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States, has their back and will pardon them. It is my belief that we are in a sadly dangerous situation, that the 2026 election is teed up for the possibility of a violent prevention of Democrats taking any elections, and we're probably going to start seeing Democrats pushed further and further out through violent, or at the very least intimidation means. Anyway, knowledge is power. Corby out.